How to Train Your Mind to Win Like Will Smith. I literally have met Will Smith before and actually had dinner with him, and I'm going to share with you the secrets on how to start thinking properly, how to behave properly, how to control your mind, and how to just become this great person that's successful and gets everything they want. You definitely can do it too. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So let's just get into it, because I'm going to start and I'm just going to talk to you, because I literally had dinner with Will and Jada Smith in my life before, and I'm showing you a picture just to prove it. Now, let me tell you the full story, because it is super interesting and there is a great lesson to be learned. So let's take it back. I literally met Will Smith in like 2002, 2003. This is when you're looking at this picture. I'm literally like 22 years old in this photo. And at the time, Will and Jada Smith had a show on, I think it was called UPN. It was a show called All of Us. All right. I'm like showing you again. This is a show that they executive produced. And I actually had one on a radio. Me and my friend won on a radio where we could go to the set. We could watch them make this show, and then we could have dinner with Will and Jada Smith. Now, again, this is a sidebar. Noel is like one of the luckiest people in the world. Like, how do I win these things? I didn't even actually win. My friend called into the radio and she won, and she's not even in the picture, and she didn't even really get to talk to Will and Jada Smith as much as I did. So I'm going to be able to give you some insight now that I am like 40 years old. Like I said, this was way when I was early in my 20s, before I had any kids, before I was ever married, before any of that. I was starting to meet and be around people that were super successful and had these great mindsets, and I didn't even know it. So now that I am this multi-millionaire real estate entrepreneur, mentor, speaker, author, all of these wonderful things, I actually got a chance to look back and reflect and think about this dinner and all of these things that Will Smith taught me that I am now going to teach to you. So like I said, you'll notice in this dinner, we are just kind of like walking away. He's like walking out of the photo, because here's one of the things that Noel always knew. I never was really someone that was starstruck or someone that was big into celebrities. And so the irony is, I have met a ton of different celebrities. Like, it is crazy if I gave you the laundry list of celebrities, athletes, political figures, like all of these really important people that I have met that I never really took pictures with, that I never really shared about, that I never even talked about, because I never really saw myself as one of them until more recently. And that is a really, really big mistake on my part. Just think about it. I literally have to get nearly 2 million views a month on my YouTube. I had to have nearly 300-400 subscribers and all of these different accolades before I ever started to see myself as bigger, as someone that was like a Will Smith or someone like that. And this was a mistake on my part. I was not training my mind to win. I was not doing the work that I now do now. And that is what I'm going to share with you, so you can start to train your mind to win and start attracting these great people around you, and know what to do when you get them. Because if you don't know, you'll just ask them a couple of questions and scurry on off. But if you know what I know now, you will turn that into an opportunity. So let's get into that. So when we are talking about training our mind to win, it is really important. And in fact, I'm going to give you a link, a video that Will Smith put out called How to Train Your Mind to Win. And that's the video that I am almost remaking, being that I've met Will and I've watched this video, and he really is this genuine person, how he comes off in that same video. He really is just a person, you know, just like Noel. I am just a regular person. I have kids and a mom, and sometimes I look a mess, and I don't like wearing makeup, and I don't usually like doing my hair, and this is not all of my hair, just all of these things, and these aren't my real nails. So I'm a real person. And it was actually when I started to win certain things, and in that first moment when I sat down and I was meeting with Will Smith and Jada, and we're eating lunch, and they're just kind of talking, and he sounded and acted exactly the same way that he did on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all this other stuff, is when I started to realize that people are just people. Now, let's fast forward to now. I started to train my mind to win by getting around other successful people. I'm not saying you want to be a groupie. I'm not saying you should try to stalk celebrities or anything like that. But if you truly want to become a multimillionaire or billionaire or any of these very successful things, then you are going to have to start training your mind to win and being around different people. Who you are around does matter. Who you talk to, who you associate with, who you spend your time with matters, and it all gets into your mind. And so think about this for a second. Young Noelle is at dinner with Will and Jada Smith, and now today, Noelle is a multi-millionaire. Think about that for a second. Can you get around people that have more than you, that are more successful than you, and start talking to them? Absolutely, you could. And as you start to get closer to these people and you start to talk to them, first of all, you're going to realize that one, they are real people. They are nothing special. And all of a sudden, it will come where they are like you. You start to take people off of a pedestal and realize they're a lot like you. And if they can do it, then so can you. Like I said, if Will Smith could do all of that, all of a sudden, so could Noelle. And now Noelle, as a multimillionaire, is talking to you, telling you, you can do all of these same things too. And it's not as difficult as you think. There's not some secret society. There's not someone blocking you. There's no Illuminati, none of those things. It really is about being different, stepping out there, starting to do things you wouldn't normally do. Stop giving a F about what people think about you and what they might say and what someone might say, even if it's your mom. Who cares? I love you, Mom, but I don't care what you think about what I'm doing, because I know what I want. Training your mind like this, waking up in the morning and saying your affirmations, is a really important thing because you're training your mind for success. So one thing, you'll start, again, going around different people. Two, you'll start getting up in the morning earlier, because that was one of the things he told me. It's funny, he was just kind of talking. It's not like Will Smith was sharing his success principles. Him and Jada were just talking, and they were talking about their day. And one of the things that he haphazardly said to me was that he woke up at 4 a.m. Now, it was many, many years before I ever woke up at 4 a.m. But it's funny, when someone else that was successful said it to me, I remembered that Will Smith has said that. And all of a sudden, I started to remember a bunch of people that were successful and rich telling me how early they got up in the morning, and that they got up without an alarm clock, that they just woke up in the morning based on their dreams, their goals, what they had to do, and that they were so passionate about what they had to do that that's what woke them up in the morning. So it made me start to think. Can you train your mind to start to think like Will Smith? Yes, absolutely you can. You can start to train your mind the same way that Noelle did. You can start to go around different people, start going to seminars or conferences or meetings or things that you like. Okay, so if you do videography, you should be going to video conferences. If you want to be on Instagram, you should be going to Instagram conferences. Whatever it is that you do, there's other like-minded people like you doing that thing, and that's who you should be around. As you start to go around those different people, you will have different conversations. They will say different things to you. They will tell you about different resources, different tools, different things, and all of a sudden, you'll just start to change. You'll start to grow. You'll attract more of those people to you. All of a sudden, opportunities will come from nowhere. Things I could not explain to you is why I'm a millionaire today. Yes, some of the step-by-step I give you, but some of it really is just luck. It's just me being at the right place at the right time and knowing what to do with that. And that comes from training your mind to win. I wake up every morning and I tell myself that I'm going to win. I say my affirmations. I journal. I make sure I'm around positive people. I train my mind to win, just like Will Smith did. So that is the lesson, and that is how you do it. If you want to see me, Noelle Randall, in person, I have lots of live and virtual events that you can attend at a great price, because I want to meet you. I want to start talking and teaching more people, and I'm having events all the time. Go to NoelleRandallEvents.com. That's Noelle, Noelle, Randall, Randall, events, events, NoelleRandallEvents.com, and see me in person. Come check out my next event. I would love to see you there and teach you in person. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle, to your success.